Hello, peoples. Um, this is a commentary video on my shiny KSP video that I did earlier, like a week ago. Now, more than a week ago. But yeah, I want to do this for most of my KSP videos to explain craft files because a lot of KSP YouTubers just like to not do that, to not explain things. There's certain they don't explain a lot of things, but there's certain things that, like, you know, you have to look at the graph file and have a talk about for people to actually understand. People actually understand and be able to replicate your craft or do whatever, and generally give more knowledge to the community, I guess you could say. Which is something I plan to do right now. So if you haven't seen the video, it was basically doing the Reddit Bridge Challenge, except in far from aerodynamics research, mod for a more civilized, or more accurate aerodynamic model, which makes things a lot harder, and I'll explain why. Then also, in addition to that, to go around the moon and then this and return all reusable SSTO. Because extra credit. And that it did pretty well. I mean, it was still a challenge to fly, but, you know, and make, but, you know, it worked. It was kind of fun of it all. But anyhow, so how do you accomplish that? So, first off, big thing for anybody who doesn't know, to get in between the, actually, hold on, let me just, don't save. Go to the main menu, not main menu, to the, KSP menu thing, you can call it a menu. Would it be considered a menu? I don't know. Anyhow, for this maneuver where you go through here and have to turn away before you hit the VAB, this maneuver, it's quite difficult, but it's not too hard in stock. And hold on, I need to do it. Door has been set. Anyhow, so it's really right here, difficult in stock, but it's not impossible, and it's pretty easy to do. It's hard, talented, but you'll get a few tries. With aerodynamics research, though, there's a different story. You know, because, well, with the more accurate aerodynamics model, you need to be going a lot faster to have enough lift to actually fly, period. And to have enough time to react, and enough torque and relative velocity to make the turn, I should say. To you know, turn in this maneuver, you have to be going a lot faster, which means you actually have to be going in sideways through this tiny little gap to actually make it, which is incredibly difficult and almost impossible for a lot of craft to do that, and also have enough wing space to fly, and you'll either ability fit or does not fit through the hole and crash and burn and die and be murdered. So a solution, be smart about how you build your craft. Make a very maneuverable craft too. I mean, you need that for stock too, but yeah. But also, there are more ways of maneuverability than just the wing model. Normally in stock, how you would achieve maneuverability is normally with you know, putting center of mass and center of lift really close together, about left, but mainly mainly if you're lazy about it, it's just, you know, giant elephant and gimbaling engine and lorry action wheels. Of course, here you can't really do that too well because pressure limits, you'll die and explode if you turn too fast due to the G-forces. And you need a lot more lift and wing space to actually do any turning. So, yes. So, of course, I still did the fairly large elevons and gimbaling engine. I had to add these because Rapier doesn't have much gimbaling. I mean, if you look at the Rapier engine gimbaling, it's I can click on the. Yeah. If you look at the gimbal range, it's only 4.5. Compare that to the Panther engine and its gimbal range. This is normally the engine most people use for maneuverable craft. This gimbal range is 15. So, yeah, there's a bit of a difference. So, how to use these? RV1 curved vernier engine, the basically comparable engine to the vernier engines on the Soyuz, to make up for it. It has a gimbal range of 33.75. Of course, it's only in this and that way that it has high gimbal. This and that way, up and down, not really. Doesn't have that gimbal range. So how to turn them to this way to actually have it on the pit side, so it could actually you know, have the gimbal range necessary for maneuverability. Of course, that also means I have to give a lot of space for fuel, which I mean I would need for SSTO anyways, but it's yeah, it being closed cycle, I don't like it. Anyhow, so that's that. Then I also had the a reaction wheel and actually mini reaction wheels. If you're looking, if I can, you know, just open. If you're looking here, not there, and here you see reaction wheel, reaction wheels, mini reaction wheels, 6 fuel tanks. But I put too many reaction wheels, honestly. If I could improve this craft, one thing is I don't need that many reaction wheels. I mean, it's helpful in space, but it's not that helpful when compared to the wing here. And we're having to limit that with Atmosphere Autopilot, a mod for, you know, make it a lot easier to fly when in farm. Because stock SAS is very, it's not good. It's not good for farm. Not very good. Things wobble, you die very easily. Anyhow, it's this one with precise movement and some G-force control and whatnot. But yeah, we're having to limit how much I can turn and how much these things that turn can do without the reaction wheel. So I don't really need them in the atmosphere, but in space they were necessary. So I don't know why I'm talking. I don't know why I'm talking. Why speak at all? What's the point of the words? Anyhow, another thing I could improve, don't need this many intakes. Probably could just use one set of these, but you know, 2 looks cool. Like 2. 2 is cool. Yes. But anyhow, no. Those are little tiny things that go for maneuverability. The bigger thing for maneuverability is the box ring design. RCS, Vernier thrusters, didn't actually do that much, so I didn't really need them, but yeah, over here. And the 5,000 twitch inches, which all kind of clipped in, but you know, you can just make it up like you know, just one big engine, like this is squared. I don't know, like kind of like arrow spikes on the Venture Star, kind of. So not arrow spikes, but whatever. You can make an engine like this, basically, with the same amount of thrust and whatnot. But anyhow, we got the switch engines here for VTOLs, and actually did them, put them slightly, well, not slightly, but in front of the center of mass, which if you look in the video makes it kind of hard to reuse them because you end up flipping out if you have them on too long. And even with these engines to keep it in control, it's kind of hard when you start running out of more fuel and the center of mass gets moved back. If you just have this engine going atmospheric mode, it can't really control it at all, and you're always like going up. Got some footage of that here somewhere. And then, but I did that, so it'll be, it'll turn the pit right when I need it to a lot easier. You know, I have to fight it before I get through the hole, but I turn easily after that with those VTOLs, just letting them do their thing. Then in addition to that, we have the box ring design, which, actually, if you look at a lot of box ring designs in, if you just Google box ring designs, you'll find out that the, how I have the wings here actually swap. So, the trop wings, I know English. Anyhow, the top wings are actually, would be back here, and these ones be here. That's would be for stability, though, I would think. Basically, when you're pitching up, basically, whatever wing's further back is probably going to, put the more torque on your craft. Now, if you have this one in the back, it would want to make it, point back down a lot more, as you're pitching up, and, naturally going back down be, a lot more stable and, point of horizon, and it'll be easier to fly, basically. It's safer. We don't want that. So I have it swapped, so the top wing's over here. I even lifted it a lot more from the body with this procedural wing thing, and basically allows it to naturally be more inclined to turning and pitching up. Excuse that, my phone's just falling. So yeah. And that's basically it for the this craft, at least. It's Shiny Boy 9000. It's basically just doing that. So I'll probably have to do another video sometime explaining in Overcheck how this this craft here actually explains a lot for the for making maneuverable crafts in FAR. Anyhow, that's it for this this one. Didn't have enough fuel to do it all at once. Of course, had to land and refuel the fuel truck because it's way too big. I'll get to that. But yeah, also I did, this is first launch, I did keep the Xenon tanks and the monoprop empty, so I have more delta V with it, and when you're trying to fly it to save fuel, keep this atmospheric mode at all times, mostly. Hey, this engine actually can't get this thing flying on its own, hardly. Hey, until it reaches a certain speed, because the rapier thrust increases with speed. But yeah, to lift off, unless you're doing it straight from the one where you have to use the VTOLs or the verniers when you're lifting off to keep control and keep going until you reach the right speed for the rapier. This is kind of sad, waste fuel, but whatever. Another thing, just so you know, I did put fuel in the wings. I know rogue aircraft do this, but I'm not sure if, this thin of a wing is really capable of realistically holding fuel like this. But who knows? Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. Now, if you look at the fuel truck, you'll notice that it's a lot bigger and just way too big. Way too big. Just because I was actually planning to make Shiny into a series and do a lot of, non-recoverable missions, and basically this is going like the main fuel transfer thingy to bring fuel about. I realized later on that that's going to be really inefficient with part count and whatnot. But yeah, and I had a bunch of rockets. These were rockets for that I used to launch the space station that you saw in the video. But it's and you can see them in the video. Especially on the way landing back, you see them still there, landed where they landed. And I flew around them with Tier 2. It's a great name for a plane. But yeah, it's way too big. Another thing about this, another thing that's interesting, I used these to help maneuver about because these don't have the best brakes on them. These, if I can click on them. These from Kobo Engineer, not that good brakes. Also, this tank is from Transfer Exploration, SpaceX, man. This is the tank for I think one of the test models for Starship, SpaceX. But yeah, and that's that. These wheels take so much electric charge, it's nuts. It's have to use a giant battery. That's what this is, if you were wondering. Giant battery, procedural battery I made. Way too much electric charge. That's because these take so much electric charge, period. I wish these ran off of fuel, because then, I got plenty of that already. So I'd have to make this giant battery. It's nuts. That's what that is, if you're wondering why I just have a giant rectangle in this craft. It looked weird when I was putting it there, but there's no other place to put it. I still had to put more battery space up here. But yeah, I should have the xenon tanks, some RCS tanks here, and a lot of crew space. I don't know why I decided to put crew space, but yeah. There's even more batteries back here. But yeah. It looks nice. Other than the giant rectangle, it looks nice. Like it. Next craft is the station, which I'll put some photos up here for it. But basically, that was the hardest, most aggravating craft to make, because Actually, hold on, I'll load up the craft file for the when I was not seeing the gravity wheels for it, which so actually accurately sized for to have 1G of gravity for trained crew, at least. Be uncomfortable for anybody who's not trained in it, but yeah. Where's I said swap? No, hold on. I used the spin calc to calculate that, by the way. Gonna have to fiddle with it to get the right thing, but to be the appropriate size for it to work for untrained personnel. It'd be way too big for me to actually do realistically. I mean, this is already way too big to do it. It doesn't look like it now, but in the footage I have, you can see it's already huge. And if you look closely, you actually, first of all, you'll see it's a bit janky looking. Please don't look too closely. But if you do look too closely, you'll notice that the wing parts aren't actually wing parts. The crew module parts are actually docked together with more docking ports, because this whole section was launched independently by itself with one of the reusable rockets I was talking about. Let me just get rid of that so I can finish showing you things. Basically, how I did this was I folded it up like this, and I used a bunch of pistons clipped into the Mark 1 crew cabins. You can see them here. To basically be able to, once launched, to yeet themselves out like this. This is a Kirby jank. Please don't do this at home. Unless you know what you're doing. Very jank. Had to go on EVA to remove these. Thankfully, the latest and final update, KSP, is really where you just right-click and destroy the struts, but I had to go and do them manually in EVA, which is just aggravating, incredibly laggy. But another thing is, if you do everything too slow, or if you forget to press lock on here, on the hydraulic cylinders, there's on the pistons, I think it's got a little jank. I have a footage here where just kind of spaghetti, it kind of blows itself up, and most of the time if you, I didn't activate all of the, or unlock all of the pistons, but I'll probably do another clip here in a minute where I do unlock all of her pistons, but basically blows itself up. So yeah, and you actually hear footage. I'm done with this station. I just want to blow it up. So I blow it up. Kessler syndrome. Let's go. Let's go, Kessler syndrome. I love that. Also, you notice there's another SSTO there, and I need to swap back to a different arrow. You also notice another SSTO there. That is, you can scroll to it. If I can scroll to it and find it, here you go. Goldie Crew Transfer SSTO. What is this? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. This all works, by the way. Still another functional thing. It all works. It's pretty cool. It works. I didn't really show it off on the video, but yeah, if you want to see it, here it is. I really like the look of the solar panels when you open this, and And then extend the solar panels. I said extend the solar panels. Oh yeah, look at me here. Extend all. There we go. Extend the solar panels, and I just really like the look of like the halfway open Mark II cabin now and whatnot. Doesn't actually work once your doctor station for some reason. It says that like this one still opens, but these they're still stowed even though the cargo bay is open, so you can't open these, and it's aggravating. Very aggravating, but whatever, it works. This works. This is capable of going to the moon and back, SSTO, if you're refueling with the station, go to moon and min-miss, and maybe even Duna if you wanted to. No life support mod in this game, by the way. It was just me playing around the farm mainly, this save. But phone. There was that interruption. A lot of interruptions. This video. Yeah, and also we're in a vacuum situation. We're landing on Moon and min-miss. It lands on these landing legs. The last craft I'm gonna show off in this video is Tier 2, and I'll explain little things. This is I think based off of the I forgot which F it was, but it was like F35, F20 something. I'm not sure which one, but it's based off of that from a video from a YouTuber. I forgot the name of the YouTuber, but I'll show it in post. But anyhow, it's based off of that. It's more changes since I don't have the mod there. To actually do this, these are treat scaled slightly. It's just treat scaled to be a bit bigger to actually have the effect, and also since I don't have as powerful of an engine from there, I have 2 Panther engines, and there's no VTOL on here, so yeah. This is still really maneuverable. I kind of did this as a pathfinding test to figure out how to actually make maneuverable craft in FAR, but yeah, I learned, and yeah. A thing you might notice is solar panels on here and the docking port. Just because there's going to be part of the shiny non-recovering series I was gonna do. So I was gonna land and refuel whatever and do other stuff, and I was gonna, I was gonna do a whole series about it. But then KSP 1.12 came out and kind of canceled all those plans, and don't ask me to do it anyways. I'll probably do it eventually in the future, but I'm not. I have other things planned right now, so yeah. So, yeah. Anyhow, that's this craft. Oh, and why it might be weird that there'll be solar panels here, because, I didn't mean to touch that. But, these Panther engines, actually, go look in the menu here. That's not the right engine. The Panther engine, it, there's an alternator in it, so when you're using it, it generates a charge, so which means basically most time when you're flying, you don't need solar panels or electric generators. But since I'm not recovering it, it's going to be a lot of time spent just sitting around and probably wasting electric charge just sitting around. So I had the solar panels. Obviously, I didn't really need them, but they're there. Oh well. I didn't try to take them off. They look kind of cool anyways, but yeah. Anyhow, so that concludes the commentary on this video, I believe. So, yeah. My next video, KSP video at least, probably be a stick fight video after this, but my next video, you probably know if you were following my Reddit. Don't know why you would, my channel is incredibly tiny, but right now at least. But yeah, cross promotion for Reddit, I guess. I'll just search this channel name and you'll find it. But basically, I am trying to beat God. The KSP God, Bradley Wiston's. Kind of a anticlimactic name for God, but whatever. He's a really good player for minerals missions, and I'm trying to replicate one of his missions right now, and perhaps maybe beat him. But yeah, he's a very good player and YouTuber. He doesn't really explain too much about how he does his minerals missions. A lot unsaid. He doesn't show any building materials. He doesn't show any building tutorials or anything like that. So yeah. Also, speaking of Reddit, thank you, Lieutenant Duckweed, for helping me. I had a big dumb. That's why I was on Reddit, asking for help. But yeah. Anyhow, he doesn't show too much about how he does things. Just, again, while I was on Reddit. So, I mean, he does explain a lot, but it's not enough. As, you know, I needed help on Reddit, and, before then, there was a lot of things I had to learn on my own to actually do it. It's like, you know, jump in, 10-minute adventure, let's beat Bradley Wiston's, turn into 6 months of work or something. But, yeah, I'd make a video explaining some of that stuff. Even if I don't beat him, I'll probably make a music video and another commentary explaining it, and explaining, how he does minerals missions, and, I'm not going to do a gravity assist tutorial, but it's going to be, a little bit of gravity assist tutorial, I guess, actually. But, it's going to be that, and then there's going to be a building tutorial, and there's a lot of weird things with the Stark Hero system they can exploit, and non-intuitive things, and pot clipping, and there's a lot. But, yeah, that's next video. I'm gonna be beating God. Hopefully. Or at least, matching his power so I can bring out the new age of KSP atheism. Let's go.